Hello and welcome to Computer Programming in C++. I am Mr. Heggie and I want to walk you through your very first computer program in C++. Traditionally, our very first computer program is going to be a hello world. This is a computer programming tradition. It's the first program that you do in just about any language. We're going to use C++ Shell, which is an online IDE. An IDE is really just your environment in which you're going to write and run your programs. Let me exit this screen and we will go. Now this is a very simple website, cpp.sh, at least a very simple address. I go to the cpp shell and it brings up this example program. Looks a little like this. I'm going to adjust my window slightly. So, with this CPP shell, we are going to write our first program. Now, this shell actually starts with sort of a default program in it, which is a bit of a hello world. It's actually a little more complicated. I want to simplify. I'll keep a few of these things. First of all, I like to have comments at the top of my program. I like to put the name of the program and the author. Those do not affect how the program runs, but it's a good habit to get into for when you start sharing information with others or even look back on your own information later on. Next up, I'm going to delete the second pound include line. I like the first one. And everything within these curly braces after int main. Alright, so we're going to write our own program here. Feel free to pause and get caught up as we go along. There, made it bigger so that you can follow along a little more easily. Now, I like to, for my programs, pound include IO stream I'm going to use in just about every program. It allows me to read in information and send out information, which most programs that we're going to do are going to need. Next thing I do is this line, using namespace standard, STD for standard. Put that right after the pound include IO stream. It allows us to use a bunch of standard commands. Get into that more in another video. Int main with these parentheses here will be part of our program for just about all programs we're doing, especially early on. And we'll have curly braces. What I'm going to have in the meantime, I hit enter after there, indented in between those braces is a little bit of information. I'm going to do this // that indicates I'm doing a comment. It does not affect how the program runs, but it makes programming easier. You may not think so at first, but it's a good habit to get into. Anytime you're doing a block of commands, say what you're doing. So I'm just going to send text to screen. Then I'll hit enter. And then I'm going to type COUT, C out. Less than, and then in double quotes, hello world. I'll put an exclamation mark because I am excited. End those in a semicolon. You'll notice I have a semicolon here and a semicolon there. Semicolon indicates to the computer that you have the end of one line and the beginning of another. And I'm actually going to, another good habit to get into is this. I'm going to type in return 0 at the end of my main function. And I can explain what that does in a later video as well. Right now we just we want to get this rolling, get something working here. So now I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so we can see more of the screen. Down on the bottom right, there's a button that says Run. Click that. you will see the output of the program underneath, under execution. Here's what happened. We got hello world. This was if it wasn't successful, go back and check and make sure you actually type things in correctly, that everything's spelled correctly, because those are the common mistakes. Let me actually make a mistake. I'll show you. Okay, this IDE will tell us where it thinks a mistake was made and say, okay, this is what we think the mistake is. So when you see that, it's good to go up to where the red X is and try to fix. You don't necessarily need to fix everything every time, but you get that. Okay, so we've got a working program here. Last thing you'll need to do is, if you are doing this for an assignment, you're going to need to submit it. What I do is this: click Get URL. You click that. Notice what happened up here on the top on our website address, or HTML, cpp.sh, and then there's this special code. Yours will be different. This shell will create a unique code to access this program. You can use that if you want to get back into this program, or if you want to submit it to me for an assignment. What you can do is then copy that, copy link address, and then you can paste that into your assignment. All right, until next time, you take care.